Hey guys, what's up? This is Insanity. Got a gameplay of Black Ops Cold War on PC. It's been an eternity since I last did a commentary video about a movie, and today's topic of discussion is none other than the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. To sum it up, it's easily better than the theatrical version. That was nothing more than a corporate product and falls short of what the first ever Justice League movie should be like, and it's a good movie, but I can only leave it at it's a good movie. Remember that I'm not very harsh on superhero movie critique, but I am a Marvel guy, yet I'm able to watch a DC movie and form my own opinion with as much objectivity as possible. And for me, Zack Snyder's Justice League is only a good movie instead of a great one because of a bunch of different reasons. The first one is that the running time really did not need to be that long. Much of the movie has Zack Snyder being incredibly indulgent in his artistic touches, abusing his fondness of slow-mo and music video style footage, so pacing is really stilted. The first 2 hours consist of setting up the movie's plot and characters, and it's not until we get around the 2 hour mark when Batman and Wonder Woman manage to get Cyborg and Flash into the ranks does the movie really start to move along. The last 2 hours of the movie was when I really began to enjoy Zack Snyder's Justice League, and what was a 4 hour movie that seemed to drag on started feeling more about 3 hours. While the Marvel Cinematic Universe's approach of solo movies before a big team-up is not the only way to approach a superhero team movie, I can't help but wonder that given how enjoyable the last 2 hours were, if Zack Snyder's Justice League was able to hit the ground running from the beginning instead of using its first 2 hours on character backstories and setup, would it have been an even better movie? I can only imagine. So yeah, this movie really benefits from being streamed because even if Zack Snyder got to release his original Justice League movie back in 2017, it would have to be edited down to a reasonable movie length for an epic movie. That's one strike against it. Two, the movie soundtrack consists of, at best, 4 pieces of music: Wonder Woman's theme, the Amazon chanting, Superman's Man of Steel theme, and the main Justice League theme, which is titled The Crew at War Power, but will hereby be shortened to just the Justice League theme. The first two get repeatedly spammed that I pretty much ended up shutting out the other soundtracks because they aren't spammed and the lack of repetition made them not very memorable. I do love Superman's Man of Steel theme, but when he returns it also gets spammed quite a lot, and the worst part is that these first 3 tracks may repeat just mere seconds or minutes later after being played not too long ago. The only other piece I can remember, the Justice League theme, does not get spammed, and I can recall at least 3 times it was played, though funny enough, I actually would have wanted it to be spammed just to drive away the repetition of the first 3 pieces, even though the Justice League theme its usage is in actual logical paces, such that specifically for the big team shots. It helped that I listened to the Justice League theme when it was released, and it was the only way for me to really be able to make it out for when it's played in his movie. Of course, Zack Snyder has his music video scenes where lyrical songs are played, but these are generally limited to the first 2 hours, so I honestly ended up just figuratively shutting out music whenever it wasn't these 4 pieces. This made it very difficult to appreciate the soundtracks used in the movie. It's good to have a memorable movie score, but it's another to repeatedly beat the same piece over your head and have the soundtrack be memorable for the wrong reasons. 3. There's a lot of seeds planted for a theoretical future Justice League movie, which probably won't materialize due to Zack Snyder kind of admitting that he's done with DC movies, and also the higher-ups are kind of agreeing with that and saying, yeah, Zack Snyder is done, and I think we're done with him, so we can forget about it. So all the time spent on these scenes is just another way to artificially pad out the length of the runtime. This wouldn't be a big deal if not for the fact that the real Justice League movie that everyone wants to see is the one where the Justice League fights Darkseid. The nightmare sequences, Steppenwolf working for Darkseid, the whole history lesson sequence with a young Darkseid essentially planting his foot in a DC movie universe as the ultimate big bad to end all DC big bads. All these teasers set up to happen in a future Justice League movie, and it may not even happen. I like Darkseid's voice, and he's certainly intimidating, but a movie featuring him with great scenes and dialogue, like Thanos from Infinity War, to truly cement his place in cinematic villain history as one of the greats would be ideal. So right now, Darkseid to me is just nothing more than fan service. Fourth, the characters don't pop. Apart from Flash, who is the designated comic relief, the characters are all so serious and mission-oriented without distinctive personalities. Any interaction with Flash or Alfred is about the only time there's any sense of human interaction, leaving the Justice League members as mostly action figures instead of actual characters. Superman in particular loses pretty much all of his interactions with the Justice League and his lighter but warmer personality from the theatrical version, leaving just him interacting with Batman once near the end, and he doesn't say a single thing to anyone else on the team. Perhaps Zack Snyder's decision to portray these characters as larger-than-life, godlike, mythic beings is just a creative choice he prefers, and it's certainly a way to distinguish his DC movies to Marvel movies, and I can respect that. Still, it would have been nice to have the heroes just have some personal interactions with each other where they feel like actual human beings and real characters with distinct personalities. So it sounds like I've been mostly negative towards this movie so far, but in case you're wondering what my score is, it's a 7 out of 10. The first 2 hours being primarily set up does feel like a slog, but at the least, the lengthy runtime means that the heroes with no solo movies like Flash and Cyborg get to have their backstories shown, and the setups do pay off later on in the movie. Plus, Zack Snyder's Justice League as a whole is more cohesive and coherent, which is certainly a plus. Things that did not make sense in the theatrical version due to missing scenes or recontextualized shots of footage make much more sense with their original context restored, such as Cyborg working on splitting the mother boxes in the finale, after his scenes in the 2-hour prologue emphasize his skill set and ability to hack into anything technologically. Characters that benefit from the extended runtime include Cyborg, who was kind of a nothing character in the theatrical version, and especially Steppenwolf, who was just a punching bag. Here, despite his more beast-like appearance, he has more human qualities. He's very weary, but still fearful of his fellow Apocalypse family, so he interacts with them in a sort of pleading beggar/tired servant way, and he also shows curiosity when confronting new situations, and he becomes very desperate when chasing the third mother box. So it's ironic that the more humanoid model used for Steppenwolf in the theatrical version doesn't even convey any sense of humanity compared to Zack Snyder's real Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf also loses all of his trash talk from the theatrical version, as he takes the Justice League very seriously and gets angry at them for getting in his way. The action is obviously expanded in this version. The final battle is much better, though regardless of the theatrical or Zack Snyder version context, Superman vs. the Justice League probably still only remains the highlight for both versions. Zack Snyder has a reputation for amazing action, though his Man of Steel still has the best action scenes, with the Batman warehouse scene from Batman v Superman being of similar quality. I enjoyed some of the quieter character moments like Alfred teaching Diana how to make tea, or Barry talking with his imprisoned father, or Lois speaking to Martha. And like I said previously, I wish the characters got to pop and feel like human beings when they interact with each other, as opposed to professional colleagues. These few moments that did exist were great. While the theatrical version gets flack, rightly so, for being heavily truncated and being a 2-hour runtime, if Zack Snyder's Justice League was edited down to the last 2 hours of this movie, I certainly wouldn't mind a 2-hour Justice League if it was that version. A lot of setup would be lost, but the movie then moves along, and it has a nice mix of action, character moments, and seeds for future movies within a 2-hour runtime. Superman will also show up sooner. So yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League. An improvement over the theatrical version and a good movie, but it's a Zack Snyder film through and through, so it remains a acquired taste. That's a gameplay and commentary. Hope you enjoyed it, and Insanity is out.